Hello, my name is Chris Larson, Tillage Product Specialist with Case IH. Case IH has a rich tradition of industry-leading and rugged disc harrows. The True-Tandem 345, introduced in 2014, continues on this tradition and builds upon its productivity, ruggedness, and agronomic design that has been known in the industry. There are 6 key steps that we must take to set the True-Tandem 345. This video will review those 6 key steps and help you understand how to get the most agronomic performance out of this tool. The 6 steps are: first, with pre-field checks; second, fore-aft leveling of the tool; third, adjust mainframe to wing levelness; adjust depth is the 4th step; the 5th step is adjusting the 3-bar coil-tine harrow or TigerPaw Crumbler; the 6th step are final checks and readjustments to assure that the output is what the operator desires. Before we start with the primary field adjustments, we must go through some initial checks to make sure the tool is properly attached to the tractor. First, assure the drawbar pin and lock pin is installed. Second, remove the jack and place it in the storage position. Also, lift and store the rear jack if the tool is equipped with a rear hitch. Next, the safety chain should be installed per the operator's manual instructions for that particular tractor. The 4th check is be sure the hydraulic hoses and 7-pin lighting connector are connected, and check that all hydraulics and lighting is functioning properly. After hooking up the hydraulics and lighting is attached, the convenient hose boom should support the hoses and wires to prevent interference with the hitch pivot point. Finally, check all tire pressures per the operator's manual settings and assure that all grease points have been lubricated. The 2nd key step is adjusting the fore-aft levelness adjustment of the tool. But before making any field adjustments, and the 345 disc harrow is equipped with a TigerPaw Crumbler, place the remote valve used to operate the TigerPaw Crumbler in float. This will assure the Crumbler does not affect initial settings of the disc harrow. Also assure the gauge wheels, if they are installed, are slightly lifted off the ground so they don't affect adjustments to the wings. When making fore-aft levelness adjustments, we must first ensure that the tool can be operated on even and level ground. The depth has been roughly adjusted so the blades engage the ground and all remote valves are locked out so unwanted adjustments cannot be made. Next, make a short pass in the field at normal operating speed between 4 and 6 miles per hour and then stop with the blades in the ground. Dig behind the front and rear blades on the center section of the tool and measure the depth of the blade furrow at each location. Ensure that the depths match. If the depths do not match, make adjustments to the fore-aft levelness using the hydraulic fore-aft leveling cylinder or mechanical adjustment depending on how the tool is equipped. After all adjustments have been made, note the gauge indicator position if equipped with the hydraulic leveling option so that the tool can easily be reset to this position if accidentally adjusted or adjusted for transport. The 3rd step is adjusting the mainframe to wing levelness. To perform this step, locate the 1 7/8 wrench found on the front hitch. If no onboard wrench is available, any 1 7/8 wrench can be used. To understand the current settings, make another short pass at operating speed after the fore-aft levelness has been adjusted. Dig behind the front and rear wing gangs as well as the mainframe gangs on both sides and check the depths at all locations. Make adjustments to the wing wheel cylinder eye bolt lengths with the wrench so that the wing depths match the mainframe depths. The 4th step is adjusting the disc operating depth. To adjust, turn the single point depth control crank to the desired depth. Make another pass after each adjustment is made to assure the proper depth is achieved. Use the convenient indicator on the single point depth control handle that shows that 4 turns will make 1 inch of depth adjustment. 2 turns will make 1/2 inch of depth adjustment depending on which direction the crank is turned. The recommended operating depth of the True-Tandem 345 is between 2 and 4 inches. After the blade depth is set, adjust the wing gauge wheels, if installed, with the crank so that the wheels have firm contact with the soil. The wheels should be able to be moved if nudged slightly. Reinstall the pin after adjustments are made. The 5th step of adjusting the True-Tandem 345 disc harrow is adjusting the rear harrow for the final field finish. If the tool is equipped with a TigerPaw crumbler, place the remote valve that operates this crumble in the extended detent position. This will place pressure on the mounted crumbler. This is very important. Downforce pressure is easily adjusted at the valve block mounted at the front of the tool. There are 2 pressure gauges and 2 adjustment valves. The left adjusts the mainframe, the right adjusts the wing pressure. Initial settings will be approximately 350 psi on the gauges and is a good starting point, but the operator should consult the operator's manual for any additional settings. Also, the operator should be looking at the output of the tool to understand if further adjustments are required, noting that the pressures on the gauge may not match due to the differing length of the crumbler segments on the wings versus the mainframe. A convenient feature of the patented TigerPaw crumbler is being able to float or lift the crumbler depending on ground conditions. In moist conditions, it can be placed in float to continue conditioning clods in moist conditions yet reduce plugging. The crumbler can also be lifted in muddy areas of the field to prevent plugging as well. If the True-Tandem 345 Disk Harrow is equipped with a 3-bar coil tine harrow, the down pressure, levelness, and aggressiveness of that harrow can be adjusted to match the residue levels and reach the desired smooth output they desire. There are 3 positions for aggressiveness. Position the harrow vertically for light residue, middle position for moderate residue, and nearly flat for heavy residue. Adjust the levelness so that the harrow coil tines are all operating at the same depth. Spring down pressure adjusts the depths of the tines. The length of the spring is set to 7 inches as the default from the factory. Pressure should be adjusted if the desired levelness is not being achieved. The 6th step are the final checks to assure that all settings are providing the desired output. Operate at normal field operating speeds, and after all steps are taken, the operator should see a good combination of soil and residue mixing, a relatively level seedbed floor, and of course a level surface. Remember that the True-Tandem 345 is equipped with gangs on an 18-degree angle that are ideally matched to the crimp center blade concavity, so soil is exploded off the front side of the blade to provide maximum soil and residue cutting with mixing while minimizing backside blade pressure and soil smearing. Of course, the TigerPaw crumbler will provide ideal seedbed clod sizing and soil particle positioning for maximum seed to soil contact. The end result will be a high-quality seedbed to complement the planter row unit, seed placement, seedling emergence, and overall higher yield potential. Those are the 6 key steps to adjusting the True-Tandem 345 Disk Harrow to maximize its productivity and capitalize on its agronomic design features. Again, my name is Chris Lurson, Tillage Product Specialist with Case IH. Thank you for your time today.